If you talk about heated rivalries in MMA, then Jorge Masvidal and Colby Covington fit that really well. Once they were close friends, they were roommates, they trained at the same gym, American Top 10, for more than 10 years before they moved to the different paths. Colby Covington turned into one of the most notorious villains in the MMA, and Jorge Masvidal turned into one of the most biggest stars in MMA. If you wanna know their story, how close they were, you can go and watch a YouTube channel. It's called Tales from the Grind. It will give you a better idea of how close they were. Nowadays, they don't miss any opportunity to insult each other, to provoke each other, and throw jibes. Colby Covington has called Masvidal numerous times. He has taken dig at his family, his personal life, and his professional career and everything that he can. And in turns, Jorge Masvidal has did the same favor to them. But still, they haven't fought each other. If you look at now, it is the perfect time for them to fight each other. Jorge Masvidal is coming off two back-to-back losses in title fights against Kamaru Usman. Colby Covington is coming off two back-to-back losses in title fights against the same opponent, Kamaru Usman. Colby Covington is currently ranked number 1 in UFC welterweight division, and Jorge Masvidal is ranked on number 7 in UFC welterweight division. Colby Covington still has a burning desire to be a champion, but same to Jorge Masvidal. He has expressed it several times that he wants to be a UFC champion before he calls time on his career. If you talk about money fight, this will be a big money fight. There is nobody who will say that I won't watch that fight. The only response that you will get is I would like to watch it as soon as possible. But still, it has not happened. After Jorge Masvidal last loss in first fight against Kamaru Usman, Colby Covington called him out. For a time, there was rumor that they were going to be the coaches for upcoming Ultimate Fighter show, but it was not to be. In the end, Alexander Volkanovski and Bran Ortega were the coaches. But Colby Covington said that that fight was offered to Jorge Masvidal, but for some reason he declined because he do not want to fight him. This fight is more than just a fight between two people that who hate each other. This fight ticks all the boxes. It's a big money fight. It's a big rivalry. There will be a lot of trash talk in the build up of this fight. And they are both highly skilled, but slightly different bases. Colby Covington is a more wrestler, striker, and Jorge Masvidal is a striker who can grapple as well. But still, it has not happened. Then the question is who does not want it and why? But you'll have to ask another question. How much does it make sense for each fighter? For Colby Covington and for Jorge Masvidal, given where they are in their career. If you talk about Colby's side, he has said multiple times that he will beat Jorge Masvidal quite easily, and he has given multiple numerous explanations for why it would be an easy fight for him. So I won't go much into that. If talking about making sense, it makes a lot of sense for Colby Covington because he already is one of the top 5 stars in UFC or top 10 for sure if you look at that list. So if he gets a win against Jorge Masvidal, it will make him even bigger. It will give him a lot of leverage for his future along with money. For Jorge Masvidal, he has fought for almost 20 years. He was a fighter who came through fighting bare knuckles in the backyards. He fought almost around every promotion which is out there in USA. Bellator, Strikeforce, WEC, you name them. In UFC welterweight division, till now he has 13 fights. He has won 7 and lost 6 of them. But during that period, he became one of the biggest stars in MMA after Conor McGregor, Habib Nurmagomedov, and Nate Diaz. His last win was against Nate Diaz for BMF in Madison Square Garden 2019. After he has fought 2 times, both for welterweight title, and he has lost both fights. First, via unanimous decision, he took that fight on 7 days notice, and second fight in 2021 April, he was knocked out cold by Kamaru Usman in round 2. So before he picks any fight, he has to take care of one more thing, that if it's not a title fight for UFC welterweight, then it must be a fight that he can win. Because if he fights a non-title fight and loses, it might work against him, because it will throw him away of the title picture, because he's ranked at number 7 right now. At the same time, he has that obligation to maintain that star power, and he has earned every right to call his shots. He has fought everybody everywhere for almost 2 decades. And this cautiousness is great, because if you look at Conor McGregor, he was touted to be one of the biggest stars in MMA when he came to UFC. But to Jorge Masvidal, it came very late. It started after he knocked out Darren Till. It got bigger when he knocked out Ben Askren in 5 seconds. But his star power exploded when he won against Nate Diaz for the BMF belt in Madison Square Garden. So at the end, nothing changed but the perception of fans and the people who watch the sports. And he knows that. So if Jorge Masvidal looks at UFC ranking and think about which fighter is most likely to get him to title shot, to ensure that either it is a title shot or ensure that he is going to win, and he is either a big name or a really good fighter, Leon Edwards fits the bill. Another heated rivalry against Jorge Masvidal which needs to be settled, and it was at UFC 269, but Jorge Masvidal has to pull out because of an undisclosed injury. But if you look closely, it could not have been any better for him. I will talk briefly about Leon Edwards. Leon Edwards was adamant on getting a title shot against Kamaru Usman. It will be his rematch as well. He was not entertaining any fight against Gilbert Burns and Vicente Luque, Hamzat Chimaev, but he still decided to take a break and fight Jorge Masvidal before he fights for his title. He decided to take that risk to fight Jorge Masvidal. So it must show his confidence in his skill set and the momentum he is riding right now. So how does it work in favor of Jorge Masvidal? Suppose that Leon Edwards goes against Kamaru Usman in March and wins that fight. Then that heated rivalry will be settled in a UFC title fight against Leon Edwards in sometime around 2022. If Leon Edwards loses against Kamaru Usman, then Jorge Masvidal will fight a fighter who is on rebound but not have that same momentum of 10 fight winning streak. So in both scenario, it will be better for Jorge Masvidal, because Jorge Masvidal is an excellent striker. In his career, he has been knocked out only once. And if he loses to Leon Edwards, even after he fights Leon, if he loses his title fight against Kamaru Usman, people will not judge him too harsh for that, because everybody thinks that Leon Edwards is an elite fighter, a great athlete with excellent striking skills. On top of that, his wrestling is quite good as well. And he definitely have the ability to hurt Leon Edwards during a 25 minutes fight like Nate Diaz did. But what if he loses to Colby Covington? How are you gonna judge him? How do you think fighters are gonna judge him if he loses to Colby Covington as compared to if he loses to Leon Edwards. And Leon Edwards is a stylistically good fight for him as compared to Colby Covington. And after the improvement in striking and sting in little bit more power in his shot, why would you want to fight Colby Covington right now? It does not make any sense for Jorge Masvidal to fight him in near future for at least 1.5 years. So thanks for watching this video, and I'll keep updating more, and please subscribe my channel.